Welcome to your broadcast day.
Dale.
You're just going to say Deo to whatever I say for the next half hour, aren't you?
Dale.
I'll take that as a yes. In that case, three, two, one.
Dale.
Welcome to Geekodrome. I am. I need to start
John,
that
do you
over.
struggle like this to wake up every morning?
Oh,
Like when you get up for work, right? How
yeah.
like is it a slow rollout?
It depends on the morning, but it's just you have me laughing, and that's what threw me off, bastard.
Like how long do you lay in bed in the morning before you get up out of bed?
No more than 5 minutes.
Oh,
If I don't sleep,
psychopath.
unless I sleep through like 5 alarms, then it's longer. No,
You big snooze button guy?
no, I am not,
Wow, you really do hate yourself.
because I hate the snooze button.
You don't use the snooze button, you jump up out of bed, you
No,
don't drink coffee, and then you're sluggish.
I don't jump out of bed, but I also set multiple alarms. So
Yeah.
it's really which alarm's the one that really wakes me of the
Oh, okay.
five.
Yeah. But
Um,
like when you were a kid, or I shouldn't even say kid, 10 years ago, before you had that option of setting 5 alarms on a phone, did you do the snooze button then? Because that's really all the 5 alarms is done. It's replaced the snooze button.
no, because I always just put my alarm too far out of reach,
Oh,
so it forces me to like get
get
up
up.
and
Yeah, yeah.
move to get it.
All right.
All right, let's try this again. Uh, in three, two, one.
No!
Welcome to Geekodrome. Geekodrome is a weekly roundtable discussion of all things geek. I am John, and I am joined by Stugots Mercury.
It's happening.
Not too much. Last week we wanted to talk about Bohemian Rhapsody, and we were preempted by a major news event. So I thought we would finally get to talk about
Major
it.
news events.
Yes. But before we get to that, um, I did try to go to the movies, and I don't know how bad it is by you for this, but because they've replaced all the theater seats with the recliners,
Oh, yeah.
there's like what, half, a third as many seats?
The one movie theater by us that has those reclining seats only has them in 2 rows. And you have to reserve them. Like you have, like when you make a purchase, you take a purchase on the app, you have to request those seats. This way, when you go, someone's not in your seat, and it's happened where people are in the seat. And you're like, hey, but this is mine. You show me your phone. You're like, and everyone's always cool about it. Like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah. Well, here they've pretty much replaced the whole theaters with it. So you have 6 seats in a row for like
Yeah,
8 rows, something like that.
yeah,
And went to the movie theater for a 6 o'clock showing on a Saturday night, and it was sold out like an hour before. Like we could get like 1 or 2 seats, a couple of one-seaters by themselves, or I could sit like in the front row and kill my neck for 2.5 hours.
yeah,
So it was just like it's become a thing where it's like if you don't reserve, there are no seats because there are not enough seats anymore.
yeah. No, we don't have that problem.
You don't.
No.
So, yeah, but it's annoying, man. Just like I know I just want to hang out, go to the movies, and I could hear like other people were showing up to the movies having the same problem.
Yeah,
Like the people who are like multiple registers. So like as we're trying to figure out what are we going to do since the showing we want is sold out, another couple walks up next to us and is like, "Yeah, we want tickets for the 6 o'clock Bohemian Rhapsody." Oh no, you're not going to that.
yeah,
And it's just like annoying because I just want to go to a movie. And unless I'm going to like the Alamo Draft House, which has a lot of seats,
mm-hmm.
I got to really plan ahead.
Love the Alamo Draft House.
I do too. They're just a little. They're not close enough that I can just walk over,
No, I get it.
so I don't go often enough.
Let's see, at our theater that we go to all the time, it's just regular seats. But within that, there's like I think 12 or 13 like auditoriums, right, to see a movie. The ones in the back are obviously the bigger ones. They're wider. There's more seats. There's more aisles. The seats are more comfortable. But as you get closer to the front of the movie theater, you get to the screening rooms that haven't been renovated. So they're the 1970s seats. So they're kind of narrow, and
Yeah.
they're low backs. So you can't, like, if you get back, obviously there's no headrest or anything. The seat only comes like mid back. So we watched. I think I took Jen to see. That was a Star Wars movie, wasn't it? Yeah, a Star Wars movie there, but I can't remember which one. And I was like, well, this sucks. And it was because it's been out for 2 weeks, so it gets pushed out. I
Yeah.
say 2 weeks as an exaggeration, but it's been out for a month, so it's on its way out of the theater. But the Citrus Park Mall has a great theater with those reclining seats. There's another one we went to a year ago that has like they serve you dinner,
Yeah.
and the seats are really although Jen, did those recline? Yeah, they're like lounge chairs, and they had a tray that came over you, so this way you can, your cheeseburger or whatever would come out, you'd have a spot for it. But that didn't seem like it was a seating issue. I don't know. I've never been where really now where we go and it's crowded. There are more people there than I expect, but it's never crowded.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just a thing up here. But like when I go into a movie in Manhattan, it's still the old style seating.
Yeah,
So but it's also, higher density, a lot more people going to the movies because it's New
you're
York
right.
City. So who knows? But I have one other complaint about these seats. Not really a complaint, more of a suggestion. I figure if I'm going to sit in a recliner for 2 hours, can they make it a massage chair? I think
Right.
that'd be
Oh, that would be nice.
awesome.
Oh, a little nice heated massage would be awesome.
And it doesn't even have to be like it could just be a low one, like not like
Yeah.
a heavy one, because they
Right.
have it.
It's not like it doesn't have to be as hard as like the pedicure chairs you sit in.
Yeah, because like my dentist, their chairs like have this like little massage action to it,
Yeah.
and it's really nice. You're
Oh,
getting
that'd
your
be
teeth
nice.
cleaned, you're laying back, you're feeling it in your lumbar. It's and this is something I've wanted to see. Like you can already, if it's got the mechanics in it, because you can recline back and forth and move the
Yeah.
headrest. So give me, a nice little, rollers in it, and it can be not, loud enough, because like I said, the one at the dentist couldn't even tell it was going if you didn't like
Yeah.
put your back on it. So I want this nice little massage as I'm watching. I'm sitting there for 2 hours. How great would that be?
That'd be awesome.
And this is an idea I've had for a long time, and I still don't have it. And it's disappointing whenever I go to the movies. I get comfy, I want to, feel I have a little knot in my back. I'd love to have them work it out while I enjoy a film.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So, movie theater companies, please work on this for us.
Work on it. What are you doing over there?
I know. What are you going to do? Show us more movies?
Yeah, come on.
You're already raking in the money. You can.
You already got us. We're gonna come see the movie anyway. Make us comfortable now.
I'd pay an extra $1 if I knew I was getting that. So this is, something we need, definitely,
Without a doubt. In our lifetime.
in our lifetime. But we did both go to the movies, and we did both go to see the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, so good.
It was. So, what'd you think?
It was obviously there's going to be inaccuracies to events and whatnot, but it wasn't a documentary. You have to go into it saying that because I've read people's reviews online about how this didn't happen then. That's not the way this incident went down. It's just like it's not a fucking documentary. It's not even. I don't even think it was based on a book. I think it was based on accounts.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think it was a book either.
And one person, the most important part of the story, isn't here to add to it or to rebut anything and say, no, that's not true. This is the way this went down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think of the scene from Almost Famous when they're walking through the airport, and William Miller's about to go write his article, and one of the guys turns back and says, "Make us look cool." And that's what my thought is, because when you have three guys who pretty much have some editorial control over the movie,
Yeah.
who, yeah, they lived it, but it's just like they don't want to look stupid in this, and they don't want to look bad. They're saying, "Make us look cool."
Right. I mean, I don't think they made Freddie Mercury look bad. I think like the reconciliation scene may not have happened exactly that way. Like they made him go stand out in the hallway like he was a scolded child at school. You know.
Well, they wanted to make it look like they were thinking about it.
Yeah, I know
probably,
that. I mean, I know what they were going for, but to me, I just don't think it happened that way.
yeah.
Because it's Freddie Mercury. Like, I just don't see it. I liked how they did blame a lot of it on the problems on Freddie Mercury's longtime partner. But man, the casting was just awesome. Every single one nailed it. Like casting nailed it for that movie. Everyone I thought was perfect. I didn't see anyone who wasn't perfect.
No, definitely.
And and we're not Oscar fans at all, but man, oh man, that kid who played Freddie Mercury, he's got to win an Oscar for that.
Yeah, Rami Malek was amazing.
He really, really was.
Yeah, he nailed it. The guy who played Brian May nailed it.
Yeah. I mean, he looked like Brian May. The guy looked like Freddie Mercury. And I don't just mean wild makeup. No, if you looked at a picture of Brian May, it's like, oh no, that's a young Brian May.
Oh no, they definitely did. Really,
like
two.
No, go ahead.
Like I said, just like the two frontmen for the band have always been Freddie and Brian.
Yeah.
More so Freddie, obviously, but it's just like they've always been acknowledged as like the two geniuses behind the band, at least publicly.
Yeah.
So it's and so the movie did focus a little more on the two of them, but again, it's very much a Freddie movie.
Definitely, and that's fine.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be his sort of biography.
Yeah.
Slash the band's.
I love the way the music was all incorporated into it. I loved how they showed the creative process for some of my favorite songs.
Yeah,
it was nice all the way around to me. I had a couple people ask me, well, if I'm not a fan of Queen, am I going to like the movie? I'm like, probably not. The music is heavily featured, as it should be.
Oh, yeah. I liked it. I think you can get into it, but you have to kind of like the music.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole soundtrack, really.
But man, oh man, the Live Aid footage, and I know, it was a lot of it was CGI, but man, seeing him on stage and there's 100,000 people following his every movement and word, I was fucking jealous. I'm not gonna lie, I was so fucking jealous.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched the Live Aid footage in years, but I mean, I remember watching it and just everybody going with their hands during Radio Gaga. It's just so impressive to see that everybody kind of got into it.
Yeah, I was so jealous. I wasn't jealous of, hey, I wasn't there. I was jealous of, holy fuck, I wish I can command 100,000 people like that.
Yeah. And it was, I don't even remember how many were at Wembley, but it's just easily 100,000, if not more.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, it really was like a billion people on TV. It was like,
yeah.
Like they were not exaggerating too much.
No. It was the biggest concert ever. I don't think anything's ever come close to that.
Oh, definitely not. But I mean, I liked the movie a lot, but I think it was a lot of things were just like rushed and glossed over. It's like, we're here, then we're here, then we're here. We're playing a pub. Now we're playing more pubs. Now we're selling out every pub. Now we're the biggest band on the planet.
It did go pretty quick.
It's not, I mean, the band paid dues.
Definitely. No, I don't mean it went quick in reality. I meant like they did speed it up for storytelling processes.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, like, that was just part of my opinion of it. Like, it's cool that, we have a lot of story to tell in 2 hours. And it's just like hit point, hit point, hit point. Till you get to, here's Mike Myers. And he's...
Oh, my God, Mike Myers is awesome.
And it was
I was the like I saw him on the screen and I started giggling. I was like, "Oh shit, it's Mike Myers!" And I don't think people recognized him. He's like a master of disguise when he shows up in movies. I mean, even in Inglorious Bastards, he showed up and you're like, "Wait a second, that's Mike Myers."
yeah.
Um, and because we don't realize it that his family is from England, so it's like he can nail that accent because he's heard it all his life. Even though he's from Canada.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, he was born in England and then moved to Canada.
Yeah, but like because we don't know that, like a lot of people don't ever really we don't know that about him because we just know him from oh yeah, he's from Canada, he's on Saturday Night Live. Um, but man, when he said that one line of people are not going to be banging their heads driving around in their cars listening to Bohemian Rhapsody, I was the only person in the theater that got it. I laughed.
I thought it was silly, but it was just like two scenes to set up that one joke.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it's Mike Myers setting up a Wayne's World joke, and they spent that much time to do it.
I don't care. I loved it. I was so happy for that joke.
Yeah, it was cute, but it's just and it was just like ragging on him the whole time, which was also entertaining because that's really I think the scene where like the Freddie Mercury character really comes out.
Yes.
Like I know that it's in the commercial, but they joke about if you think 6 minutes is a bloody long time, mate, I feel sorry for your wife.
Yeah.
It's just that's when like the Freddie Mercury character starts to really
Definitely.
move on from Farouk.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I thought Rami Malek was amazing. I love how the character escalates. Like he's at the beginning, he's just like, "Yeah, my name's Freddie. I'm not Packy." To, darling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's a slow escalation originally, and then halfway through the movie, it's just full blown Freddie,
Yep.
and he really nails like the performances. He does it like he really just kind of gets into the character. You
It
could
was so
tell.
cool. Like the movements, everything. I know it was a lot of work, to get all that down, but it was well worth it because it was highly enjoyable.
Oh yeah. I honestly, I don't know if I'll see it again in the theater, but it's something I'll definitely watch again. You know. Oh, it's Sunday
One
afternoon. It's on.
one of the things that I thought was interesting was when they started to have like problems with the in the band, and they're trying to do some music, and they're like giving Freddie like a little pushback on synthesizers and disco beats. And already this is the 80s, so disco's already on its way down, you know. Um, and they're like, hey, that's not what Queen is. And he remembered what Queen really is. It's whatever we say it is. And
Yeah.
that was one of their selling points. And it was like along the way, it's easy to forget, because it's like you start making money, and it's like if we just keep doing this niche that we have, we're gonna make a ton of money
Yeah.
still,
Oh yeah.
which is the goal.
They very much had their dedicated fans in the UK.
So it's like, but it's no, it's you have to, and that's what anything creatively, you have to constantly be evolving and changing. This way, it's always fresh and somewhat different. And as long as the passion's there, it should make up for anything where your fans like, I don't know about this, but then they're going to get into it because like, well, I'm a fan of these guys, so let me see what this is. And what do you know? When their biggest songs, another one bites the dust, which was I think the first Queen song I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I mean that was one of the first really big ones in the US. Like Queen was never huge in the US at that time.
No, no.
Like they had some songs that did all right. And yeah, they toured and I'm sure if they say they sold out arenas, then they did. I'll have to take
I wouldn't know. I'm not going to look it up.
No, I was talking to somebody last week and we looked at the singles list and it's like, yeah, they did okay with their singles, but like they didn't become like a thing until like the 90s, early 2000s.
When Wayne's World hit.
Yeah.
Like even in the 80s when the Mets won the World Series and We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions got mixed into being one long song, which pisses me off that it's one song because it's not. It's two very different good songs. Like they were popular. Like I mean, I knew who they were and everything, but I think that started it. But definitely when the Wayne's World movie came out, it was definitely made them bigger.
Yeah. Well,
here in America.
They were definitely. I mean, they still were getting airplay.
Yeah,
You know.
but not like at that point it definitely became more of a thing.
Yeah. No, it's people are definitely bigger fans now than they were when Freddie was alive.
Yeah, yeah, and that to me that's the biggest shame of it. Because imagine a Queen out now, like around now, making music still.
They'd be huge. Oh, I don't know because the other thing is that they'd still be considered like a retro act at this point, and people would come out to see the classics.
Yeah, I mean, like I guess so because I really would like to see Pearl Jam, but I really want to see Pearl Jam perform 10 and some songs off of Vitology
No verses.
versus
It
what
went.
was the big song on versus?
Well,
I'll
verses
look.
versus was the second album.
Yeah,
The big song. It's, yeah,
I'm looking.
I'm trying to think. It's Rearview Mirror, I believe, is on that one. Um,
98% has 98% approval rating on Google reviews.
what yeah, versus?
Versus, yeah.
Yeah,
I was waiting
no,
for the page to load.
yeah, no, it was.
Oh, elderly woman. Yeah, yeah. This one, yes. I'd want to see them do those 3 albums. I don't want to see anything else.
Yeah,
Maybe one or two other songs.
there's one or two songs I like past that, like "Do the Evolution." It's still one of my favorites.
And what is it? What's the song I always like? It's like one of the most upbeat songs. I want to say "I'll Ride the Waves." I'm not saying that's definitely not the right one. I'll find the title in a minute. Yeah, Versus has Go, Animal, Daughter, Glorified G, Dissident, WMA, Blood, Rearview Mirror, Rats, Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town, which is one of my favorite songs.
That's a great song.
Leash, one of my other favorite songs, and Indifference. Yeah, I'd see them do this album.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that was when they were at the top of their game. Their first couple albums. But yeah, and then I kind of drop off after that too, except for like one or two songs. But again, I mean, think about it. It's just 40 years ago. And
Yeah.
Queen did try to do, the comeback thing with Adam Lambert as their singer. And
I forgot that.
There's a reason. Adam Lambert will be forgotten. But I just, I saw that. I'm like, want to see Queen? Don't want to see it with, the fake Freddie Mercury. So
I don't even remember who the hell Adam Lambert is.
he won American Idol, I think.
Oh, it's Amongst the Waves is the other Pearl Jam song I like.
Okay, I don't know if I know that one.
I'll
check it out.
Yeah, please. I'll send you a link so I make sure. I tell you all the time to check stuff out, and you're like, yeah, I'll check it out. But I know you still never seen a Finn Balor entrance in New Japan or in.
No, I watched it on YouTube. It was cool.
Oh, okay.
No, I try to when I say I'm gonna check it out.
How about Shinsuke Nakamura's entrances from Japan?
I did not look at Shinsuke's. I forgot to, but that one I'll look.
All right.
It's more that if I don't write it down, I forget. I will write it down right now.
What happens? You're old.
I know Shinsuke entrances from Japan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm a fan of Shinsuke Nakamura. I like him.
Oh, me too. He's I got a pop vinyl of him here with the world championship belt.
Nice. Yeah. Again, I actually I will be watching him tonight on Survivor Series.
One of the things I like about Shinsuke Nakamura, I'm going to show you how I tie this in, is two of his biggest influences are Michael Jackson and Freddie Mercury.
I never really got the Freddie Mercury from him. The Michael Jackson's obvious though.
Oh yeah, the posing and everything. Yeah, Freddie Mercury.
Oh, all right. And what about like that broken bones kind of walk he has? What's the inspiration for that?
I don't know where he gets that from. I don't know. He always did that too.
Yeah, no, I've seen footage of him from Japan where he was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something he brought over, and some NXT footage where I saw he was doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I don't know. So was it really necessary though for the movie to completely redo the entire Live Aid though? I mean, it was cool and all, but it's just like that set was 20 minutes long. This I don't know if we needed to see the entire thing in
Sorry,
its
20 minutes.
entirety
Yeah, yeah.
recreated.
Well, that's why I say, like, if someone's not a fan of the music, they probably won't enjoy the movie. I mean, 20 minutes. I mean, that was, they showed their Live Aid set.
Oh, very much so. To the
So it's like if you're not into the music, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and to the point where people like on YouTube took the real Live Aid, put it next to the recreation, and just ran it for 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like, wow, that's dedication and an illegal copy of the movie because it ain't on home video yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of it's weird because it's like it's just same performance, just the camera angles were different.
Yes, yes. For dramatic effect.
Yeah, and a little more focus. Like they didn't show as much of the band at the real Live Aid, um, and I thought that was the biggest difference. Like you didn't see was it Rogers the drummer?
Yes.
And or the bass player whose name escapes me as well. And you didn't see much of them, but you kept seeing them because the story is it's we're family, so they had to show
Yeah.
the family at
Yeah.
Live Aid.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I like that the themes were family very much. I like that they showed his relationship with Mary Austin and how that evolved.
Which I never knew about.
I had kind of known about, but didn't know the full story. I'm curious if she had any input into that because it is her story too.
Yeah.
Or if it was just the band.
And I like how the waiter that he ended up becoming close friends with before he passed away, Justin.
Blank. Now I'm gonna blank.
It's been 3 weeks now since I've seen the movie, so.
I know. No, Jim.
Jim. Yeah, Jim. I like how they became good friends, and him and Miami started the Freddie Mercury Foundation.
Well, I like how literally it's like the day of Live Aid. Like I'm going to pick up Jim, and I'm going to take him to the concert. And it's like I don't think it quite happened that quickly.
Yeah,
but
I'm going to take him to meet my parents too.
Yeah, all on the same day.
Yeah.
And and in the coda at the end of the movie, they say that he and Jim were, together for like
the rest of Freddie's life.
Yeah. So it was really Jim became the love of his life.
Yeah.
Which I thought was sweet. Jim. I don't know how much of that Jim story was how that happened.
Yeah.
But it was nice. Like this is the guy who he kind of centers himself on once he cleans himself up and gives him a reason to be clean.
Yeah.
Stay clean. Whether or not like all of that is true, we'll see.
And one of the things I like too is that they didn't show a lot of drug use. Like, hey, here's a scene of him popping a pill. Here's some coke, but it wasn't like a drug-filled movie. It was more just like a lifestyle. It painted a picture of, hey, wow, he's a big partier without showing the partying aspects, Yeah,
it was kind of always implied.
Yeah, which is kind of nice because after seeing A Star Is Born, where they're doing nothing but drinking, to show, hey, this guy's what kind of an alcoholic the character is. It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah. Although there's one thing, as much as I loved the movie and enjoyed it, I have to say that Rami Malek's teeth implants in the role were a little distracting.
It looked like they were annoying him, and I have no idea how much they annoyed Freddie Mercury in real life, but he looked like they were getting in his way in the movie.
Well, in real life, they were his real teeth.
I know, but I'm sure there's I'm sure it would feel annoying at some point to feel these things in your mouth.
Well, I mean, if you're born with it, I'm sure you get to it. But yeah, the prosthetics were just kind of, like distracting and like really pushing out his mouth, and it was weird. So I don't know, but that was the only that distracted me so much through the movie, especially before the mustache.
Yes,
it was a little less pronounced with the mustache. So what? We give it a big thumbs up from the Geekodrome.
Definitely.
All right. Well, we highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Why are you not?
Go see it.
And then, let us know what you thought. Do you agree? Do you disagree?
Or if you did see it, well, yeah, definitely let us know what you thought of the movie.
You can always hit us up at the Geekodrome Pod.
And tell us which Pearl Jam song was your favorite.
That too. We'd love to hear which is your favorite.
And which Shinsuke Nakamura entrance is your favorite.
Oh, my favorite's the one where he comes down the aisle doing that broken leg, creepy walk.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's coming out of the ring, the TV in the ring. Maybe that's where it comes from.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of like the way she moves.
Maybe.
So who knows? All right. Which brings us to your favorite part of the show.
Oh, when we close the show, will you say goodbye to everybody?
Well, we're almost too sweet.
But
first, you got to hot pick it.
Oh, hot pick. All right. So, the holiday season's upon us, baby.
Oh, don't remind me.
Oh, it's here. We are entrenched in the war on Christmas, like the impending invasion of caravans that we don't hear about on the news anymore. But the war on Christmas is real, and the only way to combat that is by sitting down in front of your television and finding somewhere on the internets the Star Wars Holiday Special. You have to watch this. If you don't want to lose the war on Christmas, you have to watch the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Wouldn't that be the war on Life Day?
It is the only way that we will be victorious in the war on Christmas.
But it's Life Day, not Christmas.
It's all the same. It's all the same. We're going to lose this war on Christmas. A line that must be drawn here. And we must stand at that line and hold that wall.
Yes.
And maintain Christmas as we know it by watching the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yes, yesterday was the 40th anniversary of the Star Wars Holiday Special. And it's awful.
Come on. That was a great promo, though.
It was a great promo. But, oh, God, it's so awful.
It's so... B. Arthur is in it. Grace Jones. It's like a who's who of Love Boat peoples.
Art Carney.
Right? Art Carney has like an elf hat. Come on.
Oh, God, it's so bad.
There were people that they were showing in the trailer that I have no idea who they are to this day. But watch as Carrie Fisher sings.
Coked out of her mind.
Mark Hamill has eyeliner. How could you not want to watch this?
Because I've seen it.
When was the last time you've seen it?
10 years ago, maybe.
Well, it's time you revisit it, John, because the war on Christmas enlists you to maintain Christmas.
They spent, 5-10 minutes with just lump watching some dancer in a crystal ball?
Yeah.
And it's painful.
But it's so good. We might have to get this on DVD, and I'm serious. We might have to do a live watch along.
Hon, I need a bottle of whiskey.
Oh, I have it, baby. I have Jameson. We'll crack open the Jameson.
Yeah.
Can we crack open the Jameson? No. Oh.
It's a little early.
Why?
For Jameson.
Oh, yeah. We can't drink Jameson. All right. We'll drink Jack Daniels, baby, and we will do a live on this.
What's wrong with Jameson?
Jameson and tequila really don't... we don't want to see that side of Stugots.
All right. We'll get a Macallan then.
Yeah, I'll drink Macallan.
All right. So, Life Day is upon us. Stugots wants to torture us.
It's Life Day, baby. Keep the life in Life Day.
Okay.
What's wrong with you libertards not wanting to keep the life in Life Day? You think you're too good for it?
Well, I'm sure you can find a Reddit thread that'll agree with you.
I'm sure.
I'm sure you can go on.
It's the war on life, and we're fighting for it.
You can go on.
And the only way to keep it intact and sacred is to watch The Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah, I'm sure you could go on the quote unquote social media network for free speech, and people will join in.
I'm on Gag right now, posting about how we need to keep the life in Life Day.
Gag?
Yeah, isn't that what it is?
Gab.
Oh, Gab. I'm on Gab, baby. I'm a partner on Gab. I have major influence on, what was it?
Gab.
Gab. The last place for free speech on the social medias.
Yeah, I think we could just do a whole show on how awful that is. But yeah,
we could do a whole show on awful social media things like Wave, like Google Plus. Isn't that gone now? Oh, John's throwing stuff. John's breaking shit.
It's the adhesive on my microphone needs to be replaced.
Oh,
because it's attached to the headset.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we could, but who'd want to talk about that? All right.
Friendster, it's the last place for free speech.
I'm taking it back to MySpace, baby. MySpace.
Yeah, we're gonna be big on the MySpace, where we can talk freely about how important Life Day is without fear of persecution.
Because nobody will see it there.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Same thing for what is it again? What was it?
Gab.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Gab's gonna be the only place that you guys could go. Man. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
What like on Twitter, like we tweet. What is it called on Gab?
I don't know.
I'm gabbing.
Gabbing, posting.
I sent a gab.
Gabbing yourself. I don't know. I don't really spend much time on there.
I'm just trying to get into the mindset of crazy people.
I've known you for years. You don't have to get there.
Yeah, but that specific type of crazy.
Oh, okay. All right. To be fair, yeah, you don't have that kind of crazy. Somebody else does.
I'm more curious that if anyone does listen to this, that they think I'd be serious. So,
you serious? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah. So, what's your hot pick, John?
My hot pick is the Hellboy Short Stories Volume 2. I love me some Mike Mignola.
Me too.
As I reviewed previously, they are putting every Hellboy in chronological order in omnibuy.
Did they not come out originally in chronological order?
Well, it's sort of like this story takes place in 1945. Then here's another story that takes place
I got you. Yep.
And then here's one that takes place in 1975.
Yes, I got you.
So they came out in chronological release order.
Okay.
Now they're doing chronological story order.
Nice.
So there are 4 volumes of the main story, and then 2 volumes of short stories. And I reviewed previously the first volume, which is great.
And you showed me some of the artwork, which I loved. There are very few. I shouldn't say very few. There are, because when you think about it, there's a lot. But there are very few comic book artists that I love their work so much that I would want to buy like a piece of their art, and he's definitely one of them.
Yeah. Mignola is somebody I don't own any. I don't know if he even sells any of it, but it's
I don't know either. But like, if it was
so
possible,
pretty.
Or like I would take something and have it printed and framed. I mean, it's just the work is just gorgeous, and I love the Hellboy character.
Yeah.
I think I'm starting to love the Hellboy character more than I even like Ben Grimm. I think I identify more with Hellboy.
Well, you can definitely buy prints from Dark Horse. They've done them over the years. But I love that the short stories are pretty much like, these are his cases, like that are outside of the big Rasputin, like and Elder God story. It's just, here he is fighting vampires. Here he is fighting Baba Yaga. Here he is fighting what was the first one that I liked a lot? So it's all like playing with mythologies. Here's a ghost story, which is the one I was trying to think of. And it's even playing with mythologies. Like he talks about Hercules in one mission.
Hercules.
So it lets them play with different aspects that they wouldn't get time to in the original story, in the
Yeah.
main story. And that's what I love about it. It's great. It's like 8 pages each, and they just have that Mignola genius to them. The point where like he's been doing this for 25 years now.
Yeah.
Like they just announced this week that Hellboy Day is going to come up in March of 2019 to celebrate 25 years since Seed of Destruction came out,
Wow.
the first Hellboy story. And it's amazing that he's been doing this for that long. Not continuous every month, but just in different ways the story has continued between
Yeah.
BPRD, the Hellboy series. He takes breaks in between, but it was just fine because I don't need 2 million issues of 25 years of some stories. So it's great, and I highly recommend it. I love it. It's so good. If you haven't read Hellboy, do it.
Oh my God.
These omnibuy, like I had only read a couple short stories before these omnibuy came
Yeah.
out, and they completely have me hooked on the story. I need to know what happens, and I still have not read volumes 3 and 4 of the main story. I'm sure I'll get to it and recommend them when I do because
Yeah.
I'm loving this too much not to. But it's great. I want to know what happens like with these elder gods that are sort of manipulating everything, and people are trying to release them, and Hellboy is the key. And like what?
One becomes president.
Apparently so. You've got the Illuminati to thank for that.
Yeah.
It's a new world order, my friend. It's a new world order.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, let me tell you.
Let me tell you something, brother. This Hellboy Omnibuy is what's running wild right now, brother.
The boys in the band are back, brother.
And right here in the omnibus, baby.
And if you want to join the MW Omnibus, you can find more about it at geekodrome.co. Oh, you see that coming.
That was nice. Nice.
We're on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you find your fine podcasts. You can find us at Twitter at Geekodrome Pod to talk Bohemian Rhapsody, Pearl Jam, Hellboy, Shinsuke Nakamura's entrances in from Japan, or on Facebook at Geekodrome Podcast. I'm John, and if you want to tell me shit I should be watching from wrestling overseas, you can hit me up on Twitter at JustJohn. And if you want to tell Don Stugots other Pearl Jam songs he should be listening to, he's at Don Stugots. Or just tell him how much you really want to fight for that War on Life Day.
Yeah. I'm enlisting, baby.
He's starting the army.
Be on the right side of history.
It's the Life Day Army.
Yeah.
There. So until next time, it has been... Enough said.